After the end of a violent cosmic war, a strange silence took over. But this silence wasn't normal. Goten began to feel something strange in his body, a pain pulsing from his lower back. At first, he thought it was just exhaustion, but the pain intensified until he collapsed to the ground. A powerful scream and an energy began to erupt from him in an incomprehensible way.
Trunks suddenly stops. His eyes widen. Goten? He doesn't hesitate. He rushes toward him immediately. His heart pounds rapidly. When he arrives, he sees the scene. Goten on the ground, his body trembling. Right before Trunks' eyes, a Saiyan tail begins to grow.
Trunks freezes in shock. This is impossible. Goten isn't supposed to have a tail? But before he can understand what's happening, Goten lifts his head toward the sky. The moon was shining unnaturally.
Goten stands completely still, only his eyes fixed on the moon. Trunks stands behind him, stunned, not knowing what to do. Goten? No response. Goten's tail moves continuously, a violent tremor. Then Goten begins to scream, a sound that tears through the silence.
Trunks steps back. No, this is impossible. Goten's body begins to grow, his muscles expanding, the air around him collapsing. Sharp teeth emerge. His body grows even more until his form completely changes. The aura isn't normal. Its color, golden.
This isn't a normal Ozaru. This is a Super Saiyan Ozaru. A power multiplied beyond reason. A savage roar shakes everything. The ground trembles. Trunks stares, unable to believe it. Goten has transformed into a giant. Goten Ozaru slowly turns toward Trunks. His eyes glow, terrifyingly. Trunks freezes in place. This isn't Goten. Suddenly, Goten slams the ground. An explosion shakes the area. Then he charges straight toward Trunks. Trunks flies back to avoid the blow. Goten is no longer conscious. Everything before him is a target for destruction. Trunks tries to stop him. Goten, it's me, Trunks, wake up! But just one hit. Trunks is crushed and thrown far away.
Goku was sleeping peacefully, snoring, lost in his dreams, until he suddenly sensed a powerful energy.
Goku suddenly stops. That energy? Goten? He instantly teleports to the scene. He looks at the monster before him, but his heart refuses to believe it. This is my son?
He looks toward Trunks, lying far away. Trunks, what happened to Goten?
But before he could get an answer,
Goten attacks without hesitation, and Goku is forced to fight. This confrontation is not between enemies, but between a father and his son.
Goku gathers his energy. One strike could end everything. But at the last moment, Goten's eye changes. A tear falls. Goku freezes. Does he strike or risk it and wait until morning?
A few days earlier, it all began quietly. Goten was sitting alone, but something inside him felt incomplete. Not power, but origin. Inside Bulma's lab, among machines and glowing screens, he finds an old file. Neglected recordings about planet Vegeta, about a history he was never told. He plays it. Images appear. Warriors with tails. Then, a terrifying transformation. A giant creature. Red eyes. Uncontrollable power. Goten leans closer to the screen, his eyes shining. Is this our true origin? The footage loops. Once, twice, dozens of times. Goten whispers, if this is our true power, why did no one tell me? He looks out the window. The moon hangs still in the sky, but in his eyes, it's not just the moon. It's a key. Goten is no longer just searching for power, but for the origin of Saiyan strength. And this path won't be safe.
In the midst of the final war, when Shenron gathered, Goten was there. Silent, thinking, not about victory nor defeat, but about his origin. He steps forward. I want a tail.
A simple voice, but behind it, a deep desire. Like my people, the dragon looks at him. Then, a soft light appears, surrounding Goten's body. He closes his eyes, waiting. Seconds pass. Then, nothing. The light fades.
Goten slowly opens his eyes, looks at his body. No tail, no change. Nothing happened? I can't even have this? His hands drop, hope fading, and with time, he forgot about it. Or so he thought. But wishes don't always disappear. Some of them wait for the right moment. Until the moment came, when he finally transformed into a golden Ozaru. A wish fulfilled, too late, and in a way, far more dangerous than he ever imagined. The battle continues. Goku stands with difficulty. In front of him, Goten, the golden Ozaru, a savage aura, power completely out of control. Suddenly, Goten strikes Goku, sending him flying. The ground cracks as he crashes. Goku slowly gets up, wiping blood from his mouth. Goku, he's incredibly strong. I'll need to raise my power. His aura explodes. He transforms. Goten is still out of control, his voice beastly. Goku looks up at the sky. The fastest solution: destroy the moon. But a faint light appears on the horizon. Dawn. There's not much time left. Suddenly, Goten appears right in front of him. A strike, then another, then a relentless barrage. Goku is sent flying again. He hits the ground, rolls, but he stands up again. Hold on, Goten. I know you're still in there. Goten roars and charges again. And in that moment, the morning light begins to rise. Goten's massive body begins to shrink. The savage aura fades. The tail, it disappears. Goten collapses to the ground, his body returning to normal, unconscious. Goku exhales in relief. But his expression changes from relief to confusion. How did Goten get a tail? That's not possible. This has never happened before. That transformation was different. Ozaru, but with another kind of power. Suddenly, Vegeta arrives at incredible speed. Then he sees Trunks, lightly injured, but standing. Vegeta, sharply. Trunks, are you all right? Vegeta turns to Goten. Trunks, what happened here? Trunks takes a deep breath, still shaken. He looks at Goten. I'm not completely sure, but Goten grew a tail. Then he transformed into a giant. A serious look, completely out of control. Vegeta freezes in place. His eyes widen. What? He quickly steps toward Goten, examining him closely. How? Goten wasn't even born with a tail. I was thinking the same thing. His transformation wasn't normal. This isn't just a transformation. Something interfered. On Beerus' planet, Beerus, asleep as usual. But suddenly, his eyes snap open. He sits up quickly, breathing heavily. What was that dream? He looks around, as if searching for something that isn't there. Who was that? He stands up immediately and walks out. Outside, Whis stands calmly, as if he was waiting for him, a faint smile on his face. Whis. Good morning, Beerus-sama. Did you sleep well? Beerus doesn't answer right away. His eyes are still tense. No, I saw something strange. Someone awakening. But it wasn't just a person. His eyes narrow. Something inside him. A power. His fist trembles. A power that destroys me. Whis raises an eyebrow slightly. Destroys you? That's quite an unusual dream. Beerus turns sharply. It wasn't just a dream. I felt it, as if it were real. Whis looks up at the sky, then closes his eyes for a moment. Sensing something, faint, distant, he slowly opens his eyes. Whis, calmly.
It seems your intuition isn't wrong this time. Beerus freezes. What do you mean? There really is something awakening. Something on Earth. Beerus freezes. Memories of the dream rush back. Blood, destruction, defeat. His fist clenches. We need to go see Goku and Vegeta. On Earth, Vegeta takes a step forward, his eyes locked on Goku. If you're afraid for him, then leave his training to me. Goku is surprised. You? Vegeta smirks. I'm the only one here who understood the Ozaru, lived it, and mastered it. Goku looks at Goten, lying on the ground, and you can guarantee he won't lose control? Vegeta answers instantly. No, but I guarantee he'll learn or he'll destroy himself. Goten slowly lifts his head. Dad, I want to understand this power. I don't want to be weak against it. Finally, a Saiyan who understands his roots. Goku nods. All right, Vegeta, I trust you. Vegeta turns slightly, as if he doesn't care. But his tone says otherwise. Don't worry, I'll make him a true warrior. As Goten stands up, Vegeta suddenly narrows his eyes, staring directly at his back. Wait, Goku turns. What? Vegeta points. His tail. Everyone looks. Goten's back, empty. No sign it was ever there. Goten, confused. A tail? But I don't have one. Trunks steps forward quickly. It was there! I saw it with my own eyes! He points urgently. It appeared suddenly. Then you transformed. Goten freezes. Fragments of memory flash in his mind. The moon, the pain, the power. He places his hand on his chest. I felt it, as if it was part of me. Vegeta murmurs. Not a real tail, but a temporary manifestation. A power that appeared, then vanished. But that means he looks directly at Goten. It can appear again, and next time, there won't be a second chance for mistakes. Goten swallows nervously. He doesn't tell them the truth, that it might have been his wish. And for now, no one knows whether it truly came true or if this is something far more mysterious. Remote area, the beginning of a training unlike anything before. The sky is still. No one else around. Vegeta stands firmly, Goten in front of him. Their eyes meet. Vegeta, sharp tone. Listen carefully. What we're about to do isn't ordinary training. Goten says nothing, just watches with focus. Behind him, no tail. Vegeta continues. Ozaru isn't just a transformation, it's instinct. So we're going to uncover the secret behind your tail, why it appears and disappears. His gaze sharpens, because if you don't control it, it will destroy you. Suddenly, Vegeta fires energy into the sky. A white light floods the heavens, as if replacing the moon with his own power, tricking Goten's subconscious into seeing it as a real moon. Goten raises his head. Not knowing that a full moon is the trigger, his instinct activates automatically. Light reflects in his eyes. His body begins to tremble. Energy rises. Bones stretch, muscles expand. Then the tail appears again. But Vegeta cuts the energy. Goten returns to normal instantly. What happened? Why did you stop? Because I want you to release that power and control it. How do I do that? I can't control my energy like that. It's not that complicated. In the moment you gather and compress your energy, release it immediately. Try. Goten gathers energy in his hand, then releases it. It builds up, reaches a limit, then explodes. Vegeta, pressure creates explosion. So you must release it before it starts crushing you. You have to feel it. Understand?
All right, I'll try again. He closes his eyes, gathers energy again, and releases it instantly toward the sky. This time, it flows smoothly. Goten. Yes, I did it! Now, look at your energy.
Goten looks, and suddenly his body begins trembling again. Energy rises, bones stretch, muscles expand, the tail appears. Goten Ozaru emerges, a massive giant. But something is different. No wild attacks, no immediate destruction. It's resisting. Vegeta watches calmly, but his eyes miss nothing. Good. He's starting to control it. With each transformation, Goten uses more awareness. Suddenly, his aura changes. The air grows heavy. The energy around him shifts. Not just Ozaru power, something deeper, older. A darker color begins to emerge. In an instant, Goten screams, a scream that tears through the silence. His aura erupts. Energy surges in every direction. The ground shakes violently. The air itself rips around him. Vegeta takes half a step back. His eyes widen. What is this? He looks closely. Did he lose control again? He's still screaming, but his voice changes. The energy rises abnormally. Lightning explodes around him, striking the ground, tearing open deep cracks. Even the sky looks like it's splitting apart. In the distant city, people stop. Buildings shake, windows rattle. One resident looks around in fear. What's happening? Is this an earthquake? Another shouts, "No, this isn't normal." In the sky, the flash of energy is visible from afar, like a stellar explosion. Vegeta grits his teeth. Damn it, this isn't just Ozaru power. He raises his hand, ready to intervene, but he stops. His eyes narrow. No, this is a test. Goten slams the ground. An explosion shakes the entire area. Then, Goten appears through the dust. His form looks smaller. Did he return to normal after that scream? But Goten looks completely different. A new aura. Perfect control over his energy. This isn't normal. It's Ozaru Super Saiyan 3. His hair, longer. His gaze, steady. Complete control. Vegeta's eyes widen. True shock. How did he reach this level so fast? Even Super Saiyan 3? Goten stands still, calm, terrifyingly calm. His aura moves slowly, as if it obeys him. Elsewhere, on Earth, Whis and Beerus appear to investigate the nightmare Beerus had. Goku turns. Beerus? Whis? Before he can finish, everyone freezes. Sudden silence, a presence, hits them. Not just power, existence. Whis narrows his eyes. Goku smiles. That energy. He looks in one direction. Goten, Beerus, what happened here? Goku stands before Beerus and Whis, his tone serious this time. My son Goten suddenly grew a tail, and then he transformed into an Ozaru. Whis slightly raises his gaze, then turns to Beerus. Beerus-sama, this power is very primitive. It's connected to the ancient history of the Saiyans. Beerus narrows his eyes, as if recalling something distant. Yes, I remember well, but there's a clear rule. He looks directly at Goku. A Saiyan must be born with a tail, and Goten wasn't. That's exactly what confused me. That's why I left him with Vegeta. He's the only one who truly understands that transformation. Beerus. If this power is real, then it means something from the past has returned. He suddenly turns. Let's go! We need to see this for ourselves! Whis smiles. As you wish, Beerus-sama. They vanish. In an instant, Beerus, Whis, and Goku arrive. The air trembles the moment they appear. Goku freezes. His eyes widen as he sees Goten. Goku, shocked. How did he reach this level? Vegeta crosses his arms. I haven't even started yet. He evolved at an abnormal speed. He turns toward Beerus. And what brings you here? Beerus doesn't answer immediately. He just stares at Goten, a deep, analyzing gaze. This is interesting. Ozaru, Super Saiyan 3. Whis adds calmly. That means the power of Super Saiyan 3 combined with Ozaru, a massive amplification, potentially dozens of times greater. Beerus smiles with excitement. Excellent. So this is the energy that appeared suddenly. He steps forward. You there, boy. Come, let's see this power. Goku quickly intervenes. No, Beerus! He hasn't fully mastered it yet. Beerus waves his hand dismissively. Relax. Consider this his training.
Goten hears the word training. His eyes shine. Excitement ignites within him. If this will make me stronger. Beerus smirks. Come on, attack me. Without hesitation, Goten moves. A flash of speed. He appears right in front of Beerus. A direct punch. Beerus dodges effortlessly. A second strike, then a third. A rapid chain of attacks. But Beerus moves smoothly, avoiding everything, as if he's playing. Suddenly, Goten vanishes, reappears behind Beerus, strikes, but Beerus disappears and reappears behind Goten. One strike lands clean. Goten crashes into the ground. The earth cracks, dust rises. Silence for a moment. Beerus looks down. Good speed, but not enough.
At the center of the crater, Goten lies on the ground, his body completely still, unconscious, his aura gone entirely.
Goku and Vegeta are shocked. Goku steps forward. All right, Beerus, that's enough. I think the training is over for today. Beerus doesn't even look at him. His eyes remain fixed on Goten. No, training hasn't even started yet. Vegeta slowly turns, looking toward Whis, a questioning look. Whis smiles, a faint smile, but full of meaning. Are you trying to push him to it, Beerus-sama? Goku frowns. Push him to what?
Beerus smiles. Yes, I'll try, as long as he keeps evolving this fast.
What do you mean? What is he gonna reach?
Just leave it, Kakarot, and watch. We'll see by the end of this training.
Goku freezes. He looks at Goten. Everyone knows something, except him.
A heavy silence dominates the area. Everyone stares at Goten, lying on the ground. Then, suddenly, Goku's eyes widen in shock. Goten? Slowly, Goten opens his eyes. His breathing is heavy, but he smiles. He places his hand on the ground and slowly begins to stand up. His body trembles from the pain, yet his eyes are filled with determination.
Finally, he stands. He wipes the blood from his mouth. So, this is what training is like. He raises his head toward Beerus. Well then, I'm ready for it! Suddenly, Goten screams. A powerful roar shakes the sky. His energy rises once again, but this time far more violently. The ground trembles, the air distorts, and lightning explodes around him. Everyone watches in shock. Even Whis slightly raises an eyebrow. Goku smiles without realizing it, clear pride visible in his eyes. As for Vegeta, a faint smirk appears on his face. That cub, from that lion. He really is just like Kakarot. Goku scratches his head and laughs lightly. I guess you're right, but Beerus does not laugh. He simply stares at Goten with complete focus, as if he's seeing something that the others still haven't noticed. And as Goten's scream continues, his power begins to surpass the limits of the transformation itself. Even Beerus could no longer remain completely steady under that overwhelming force. His eyes widened slightly. What is this power? The ground beneath him cracked. The sky trembled. He stared directly at Goten. This surpasses Ultra Instinct. Whis narrowed his eyes. For the first time, his calm expression changed. I can feel it. The power of the primordial soul is manifesting within him.
Then, he emerged. A strange form. A transformation beyond normal understanding. Goten was no longer the same. His body looked calmer, but infinitely more dangerous. A Saiyan tail moved slowly behind him. His aura deep, heavy, ancient. Not violent like before,
but absolute. Then, suddenly, Whis' staff began to glow. A strange divine light pulsed from it. Whis looked down immediately, his expression sharpened. He gently shook the staff. It seems my father wants to say something. Whis, listen carefully. All of existence is in danger, especially the Saiyans. Goten. He wasn't moving. He was simply standing there. But his aura kept expanding like an endless tidal wave, silent, slow, and terrifying. The food fell from Champa's hand before he even realized it. Impossible. Has one of the destroyers awakened? The angels didn't speak, didn't move, but they all felt it. Something had awakened. A new power had been born within the balance itself. Beerus stood before him. Show me how far you've gone. Goten vanished. Even Goku, who had fought battles that shook universes, turned his head, trying to find him. Even Vegeta, who was rarely surprised by anything, stopped breathing for a moment.
Goten appeared directly in front of Beerus. A straight punch. Beerus raised his arm to block, but the impact pierced through his defense as if it never existed. An explosion shook the entire area. Everyone saw this training as just training, but I saw it as humiliation from you.
Yes, perhaps it is humiliation, because I want to see your full power. Goku's voice came out in disbelief as he stared at the scene before him. He actually pushed Beerus back? Vegeta smiled slightly. That smile he only shows when he sees something truly worthy of respect. Little monster. He exceeded my expectations.
But Goten didn't stop there. The chain of attacks that followed that punch, no one saw them completely. Only the results. One explosion, then another. Everyone remained frozen in shock. Even people far away could feel this legendary battle. What is happening now? As if two gods of destruction were clashing. Is this Beerus' power? But who was it created to fight against? Piccolo is the second to feel that same sensation. This energy. It isn't unfamiliar. His eyes narrow in deep concern. I need to find out what exactly is happening. Back to the battle. You remind me of an ancient Saiyan. A warrior who possessed this same kind of energy. He suddenly fell silent. For the first time, Beerus didn't finish his sentence. Then, Whis spoke in his place. He was the first Saiyan to ever fight the Destroyers, and the first being to defeat the supreme ruler of Beerus' race. Everyone froze. Whis continued calmly. A ruler said to be so terrifying that the power of destruction itself was born from his rage. Goku looked at Beerus in confusion. Then why does Beerus look so disturbed remembering all this? While talking, a faint aura appears around his body, then disappears almost instantly. No one notices it, except Vegeta. His eyes narrow slightly. He clearly saw it, but he says nothing. Whis continued, because Beerus-sama and Champa were still very young at the time, and that battle left a scar in their hearts ever since. Beerus narrowed his eyes, clearly annoyed that Whis revealed it. Vegeta slowly smiled. A proud Saiyan smile. So, Saiyan power can surpass even the strongest rulers. Then, he turned toward Goten, his eyes sharp with excitement. Come on, Goten. Show them the true power of the ancient Saiyans. Then Goten vanished again. He appeared directly above Beerus, like a shadow descending from a place that shouldn't exist. A strike from Goten! Beerus was driven straight through the ground. The explosion that followed didn't just shake the battlefield, it shook entire regions. Whis widened his eyes in shock. Did Beerus-sama just get humiliated? Goku stared nervously at the destruction. I think this training is going down a bad path. We need to stop this now. Let him continue, Kakarot. Finally, we get to see a destroyer humiliated the same way he humiliated us during our first meeting. The dust still hadn't settled, when suddenly, something deep inside it began to move. Beerus slowly emerges from the crater. Dust swirls around him, and the energy of destruction begins leaking from his body in a terrifying way. Silence takes over. Even Goten,
stops moving for a moment. Beerus raises his head, his eyes glowing with a frightening purple light. It's been a long time that someone forced me to use this power. His aura of destruction suddenly erupts, the sky cracks, and the ground beneath his feet begins to crumble. Whis watches with rare focus. Beerus-sama is truly angry.
Good. This is exactly what I wanted. Now we'll see. Are you just a temporary power, or a monster that will change Saiyan history forever? Goten stares directly at Beerus, but the surprising part? He feels no fear. His aura moves slowly, while his tail sways behind him. Goten, so this is the power the destroyers use? Then I'll surpass it.
In an instant, both vanish.
But in the same time, on the Kaioshin planet, the Supreme Kais suddenly freeze. A massive wave of energy reaches even their realm. This energy? If those two clash against each other, people, planets, kings like us, even Beerus-sama and son of Goku will be completely destroyed. There will be nothing left in the universe. It will turn into a vacuum made of nothingness. But at the very last moment, before the collision could happen, Whis suddenly steps in. His staff glows. Whis, calmly, that's enough. A massive light bursts outward, and in the next second, everyone disappears.
The place slowly returned to silence, as if the chaos that had torn it apart moments ago had never existed.
A few moments later, Piccolo arrives at the scene, but he finds no one there. Piccolo looks around in slight shock. Where did that power disappear to? I'm sure it was here. All of them are instantly transported to a distant place, far away from Earth. They appear on Beerus's planet. Then a massive explosion in the sky. First collision, space itself bends. Then a second, even more violent. Then a third, entire planets far away begin to tremble. Goten and Beerus entered a confrontation that surpassed the limits of ordinary battle, where every strike between them was enough to tear space itself apart, as if an ancient conflict had awakened once again between the Saiyans and the Destroyers.
Meanwhile, Goku and Vegeta could only watch from afar, without realizing that things had truly begun spiraling out of control. In their eyes, what was happening before them was nothing more than another brutal training session, a test of strength between Goten and Beerus, nothing more. But the truth was that this fight had stopped being training a long time ago.
After a few moments, Champa and Vados arrive at the scene. Champa looks around with obvious irritation. So you're the ones causing all this chaos.
Who is Beerus fighting to push himself this far? From what I can tell, it's Goku's younger son. He has reached an enormous level of power. But that power may destroy his body.
Huh? Then why are they letting him continue without stopping him?
Because none of them truly understand what is happening, except Whis.
Why hasn't he stopped them yet?
I believe he wants to see how far this can go. And it also seems he misses seeing Beerus fight at full power. But this won't end well. Anger makes even the strongest fighters lose their judgment.
Look who's talking about anger. You're the last person who should be lecturing others about losing control.
All right, forget I said anything. And it seems Goten's anger is beginning to consume him as well. Oh, that's very bad. That child is releasing a very strange kind of ki.
Suddenly, Goten appears behind Beerus. He strikes, but this time, Beerus catches his fist. Shock spreads through the area. Beerus smiled. Finally. Then, a direct knee to Goten's stomach. Air bursts out of him violently. But before he is sent flying, Goten grabs Beerus's arm. His eyes glow intensely. And in that moment, something strange happens. Goten's aura begins to change.
The color of Ultra Instinct begins to mix with a deep crimson red.
Even Whis' eyes widen. Whis, shocked. This, impossible. Beerus stares directly at him, as if an old memory has returned. Don't tell me that power has returned once again.
In an instant, the entire atmosphere of the place changed.
The sky splits with threads of energy. Everyone feels the same thing. This is no longer training, but the opening of something extremely ancient. Goten, on the other side, is losing control of his energy, just like what happened to Goku in the Tournament of Universes.
Goku looks toward the battlefield with obvious concern. Has Goten lost control of his power? This needs to stop right now! But Vegeta remains strangely calm. We've been through worse than this, Kakarot. Let him test his limits himself. This isn't about power! I don't care if he becomes stronger, as much as I care about him being safe.
Whis turns his gaze toward Beerus, then asks calmly, Beerus-sama, what are you feeling right now? I think I'm feeling the same thing I felt back then. Do you truly believe that? If that's the case, then we should stop this immediately. But Beerus's energy suddenly rises. The purple aura around him explodes violently. No, I need to erase the source of this feeling first. And suddenly, amid the chaotic energy and the cracked sky, a mocking voice appears. So a little kid is the one who forced you to bring out this power, Beerus? Beerus immediately turns toward him with obvious irritation. Shut up, fatso. Ha ha ha! Then he looks toward Goten with slight surprise. Honestly, I never expected this, but finish this quickly. Despite his mocking tone, there was something different on his face. His smile wasn't complete, and his eyes were hiding clear tension, because even he had started feeling that strange sensation, an ancient feeling, as if something that had been sleeping for a very long time had awakened once again. Suddenly, an explosion of energy shakes the sky. Goten stands there. His eyes begin to change. No longer calm, but sharp, extremely sharp. He extends his hand forward. Beerus freezes. His expression changes for the first time. Something in his eyes. Fear. His dream returns. Destruction. Falling. No, that dream, it can't be real. Then suddenly, his rage erupts. I will not fall! I will not be defeated! Beerus screams, a roar powerful enough to shake the heavens themselves. His purple energy explodes in every direction. And on the other side, Goten screams as well. But his scream was not normal. It carried something primal, ancient. His power rises to a terrifying level. The two energies begin colliding and spreading throughout the entire area. Even the air itself becomes unstable. This power. Even his body begins struggling to withstand the pressure. He looks toward Vegeta, and suddenly, the two of them transform into Super Saiyan Blue. Blue auras erupt around them, just so they can remain standing in that place. Impossible. Just the collision of their energies forced us to transform? But Goku keeps staring only at Goten. Something inside him begins to feel fear. Not fear of the power, but fear of the thing awakening inside his son. Inside the exploding field of energy, Beerus stands completely still, calm in a terrifying way. He opens his eyes, and in that instant, the purple energy suddenly disappears. A horrifying silence falls over the entire place. Beerus's body changes into a completely different form. His aura becomes far heavier. His eyes shine with a destructive glow. Whis looks at him with rare shock. I haven't seen you use this transformation in a very long time, Beerus-sama. Goku and Vegeta are left stunned. Vegeta stares directly at Beerus. What is this transformation? And what is this overwhelming energy? Even Goku, for once, cannot hide his concern. Then he says, I think it's time to stop this now. Beerus stands in complete silence in his new form. His heavy purple aura distorts the space around him. His eyes remain fixed, staring directly at Goten on the other side. Goten has also become eerily calm. He stands motionless, looking at Beerus with completely different eyes. So, you finally returned. I never expected you to take over the body of a small child. What do you mean, Beerus? Who's controlling who? That's Goten! But Beerus keeps his gaze locked on Goten. He is no longer your son. He has become a vessel for the power of my people's ancient enemy. How? How can Goten become a vessel for someone else? There has to be a way to bring him back.
It's already too late. It's similar to what Majin Buu used to do. But this time, the power is spiritual, and that makes it far more dangerous and far stronger. Whis opens his eyes slightly, as if he has finally understood the truth. So this is what he was waiting for. He was only waiting for Goten to reach this level of power, so that explains his insane growth. There's no way that brat could surpass us this easily.
Suddenly, Goten slowly raises his head, but the voice that comes out is not his own.
Enough talking. Come on, attack me, all of you. Then he looks at his hands as if discovering them for the first time. I want to test the power of this small body.
Beerus laughs softly, then suddenly raises his hand and fires a massive Hakai blast directly at him. But Goten remains standing still, without moving. Beerus, you're not even going to dodge? That energy will destroy you, buddy. Suddenly, the entity inside Goten simply raises one hand and blocks the Hakai energy directly. Then, a violent explosion erupts. Afterwards, the energy completely disappears. Nothing happens. The energy disappears, as if it had never existed at all. So this is the power of the last generation of the Pharaoh race? I expected you to entertain me more than this. Veins bulge across Beerus' face in anger. His purple aura trembles violently. You haven't seen anything yet. Then he raises his energy even further. This is merely the power I use to restrain myself. Beerus, finish this quickly! The power coming out of that brat is increasing every second! In that moment, Goku finally rushes toward Goten, then stops directly in front of him. Despite all the chaos, his voice remains calm. I don't believe what they're saying. You're Goten, right? Stop this now. This stopped being training a long time ago. Goten stares at him expressionlessly. Then, he throws a massive punch directly at Goku.
The blow hits with terrifying force, sending Goku crashing violently into the ground. Vegeta immediately rushes toward Goku. Kakarot! He catches him before he can fully stand. Goku clutches his chest, trying to process what just happened. This isn't Goten's energy. There's something else. Someone controlling him. At that same moment, inside Goten's consciousness, completely darkness. Nothing exists there, except silence. And in the middle of that darkness, Goten stands alone, his body surrounded by chains, completely restrained. Every time he tries to move, the chains tighten even more. His eyes are filled with shock, as if he can see everything happening outside, yet is completely unable to control his own body.
What is happening? I feel like I'm trapped inside a dream. Why do I see myself attacking my dad? In that moment, a deep voice echoes from behind him. Because this body no longer belongs entirely to you. Goten freezes the instant he hears that voice. Little by little, a massive shadow appears before him. A heavy aura surrounds it. Who are you? The shadow gives a cold smile. I am the power you summoned yourself. No, that's impossible. I only wanted to become stronger. And power always comes with a price. The chains around Goten tighten even more. Let me go! Weak. Even after obtaining this power, you still cling to your emotions. I'm not weak, and my father is not my enemy. Suddenly, the darkness violently trembles. The figure's eye glows for a brief moment. Oh? Even while chained, you're still resisting me? I won't let you take my body. The figure laughs softly. Take your body? Child, without my power, you would never have reached this level. Goten shouts, I don't care! This power is mine! I am the forgotten past, and you will become the vessel through which I return to existence. Outside Goten's consciousness, Beerus stares directly at him. So, you're still hiding inside that body. Hiding? No, I simply returned. How did you even take over his body in the first place? Get out of him if you have the courage. And why would I leave? This body has greater potential than you. Vegeta gets furious and charges straight at him.
Take that back, you bastard! He unleashes dozens of rapid punches, but Goten blocks every single one with only one hand. Then, a direct strike to Vegeta's stomach. His speed is completely different. He isn't only using Goten's power, he's drawing out the latent strength hidden within every Saiyan cell inside him.
Goten slowly raises his hand toward the sky. The heavens instantly turn completely black. What is he trying to do? The entity inside Goten speaks calmly. I will show you the true power of the ancient Saiyans and the betrayal they committed against me. What betrayal are you talking about? Beerus, do you know something? Beerus answers without taking his eyes off Goten.
First, let's save Goten. Then you'll learn everything.
Thousands of energy spheres suddenly appear across the sky. You maniac! You'll destroy the galaxy! Beerus suddenly disappears and instantly reappears directly in front of Goten. I won't allow you to repeat what you did in the past. So, you remember me well. Their fists collide directly. Space itself cracks apart. Inside Goten's consciousness, Goten struggles against the chains. Get out of my body! The entity answers coldly. If you want your body back, then take control yourself. Suddenly, Goten hears a distant voice. Goten, fight back! I'm not leaving you alone! Goten's eyes widen, and outside, for a split second, Goten's aura trembles. What just happened? I need to take complete control of this body. So he's still resisting from the inside. Silence! There isn't much time left, and soon I will fully take over this body and will return in my original form. And you remember how I look very well. Beerus freezes for a brief moment. I won't let you destroy the universe again.
Suddenly, Goten rushes forward at terrifying speed toward Goku and grabs his face with one hand. Stop calling that child's name.
Do not resist anymore. This has already passed the point of no return. So, then you really don't understand Saiyans at all. Because we don't know the meaning of surrender. Before he can continue, Vegeta appears from behind and kicks him away with tremendous force.
I'm the one who will force you out. Good. This is far better than the weak Saiyans I remember. Normal fighting won't work against him.
Whis lightly moves his staff. We must separate that spirit from Goten's body, even if only temporarily. How are we supposed to do that? With a force powerful enough to make him lose control for a single moment. Have you all lost your minds? You can barely withstand his energy already! Beerus turns toward him coldly. You stay quiet and sit there, watch. Let us observe like Whis until things truly spiral out of control. After all, this is not our problem in the end. Everyone, sit down and watch. This is an ancient war between him and me. No one will interfere. And don't worry, Goku. I will bring your son back. Yes, this is exactly what we wanted from the beginning. Show me what you have. Strongest being in this universe. In an instant, both of them disappear. Then, millions of blows shake the heavens. Space cracks apart with every collision. The entire planet trembles violently. You couldn't even land a clean hit on him like I did. Their speed has now surpassed even Ultra Instinct. Beerus appears and punches Goten directly in the face. Goten flies across mountains, but before crashing, he vanishes, then reappears behind Beerus. Too slow. He drives his knee directly into Beerus, but Beerus catches his leg. That's all? Then spins him around and throws him toward outer space.
You better know your place.
Beerus instantly appears in front of him. Hakai. A gigantic purple explosion completely swallows Goten. Everyone watches in shock. Silence fills the battlefield for a moment. Then, from inside the Hakai, a hand emerges. It tears through the destruction energy itself, and Goten slowly walks out, without a single injury. Finished already? Goten vanishes, and appears directly in front of Beerus. One punch, then another, then thousands of strikes within a single second. For the first time, Beerus begins getting pushed back. Impossible! Beerus is retreating? Beerus roars and his energy explodes outward, then grabs Goten by the face. Don't forget who you're fighting. Kai energy completely covers Beerus' hand. Then,
He slams Goten directly toward the planet. The impact shakes the entire world. Massive clouds of dust cover everything.
it's over. No, it's not over yet.
Even so, that dark and unstable energy still covers the entire area. His energy is still unstable, even after reaching this level?
Yes.
And just as Champa said, with every passing second, that entity's control over Goten's body grows stronger. But why Goten specifically? Why did he choose him? I believe this method of possession is tied to an ancient pact or condition, and even I do not know all the details. So there are still many secrets that haven't been revealed yet. The past hides things far more dangerous than we imagine. Firm determination. There has to be a way to save him, and I'll bring Goten back, no matter the cost. But this time, we have to save him without hurting him. Slowly, Goten rises from the crater, but something was different. His eyes no longer carried any trace of Goten. He simply raises one hand, and suddenly, Beerus' body freezes in place. What is this? I have recovered a greater portion of my power, then closes his fist. Pressure cracks across Beerus' body. I can't feel my energy at all. My power completely disappeared. Goten suddenly appears directly before him and raises one finger toward Beerus' chest. The era of the destroyers is over. Then, a gigantic black blast erupts. The explosion completely devours Beerus. Beerus' body falls from the sky. For the first time, the destroyer was defeated.
In your opinion, who is the mysterious entity that lost control of Goten's body, and what is its connection to Beerus' past and destructions, and the ancient betrayal that was hidden for so long? Will Goku and Vegeta find a way to save Goten before it's too late? Share your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to share the episode with your friends, because your support and encouragement are what motivate me to continue and release the next episode even faster. Thank you to everyone who follows and supports this work. I truly hope you enjoyed the event. See you soon in the next episode.